is
Welcome
going on? Are
everyone
you
to
okay?
Golden Shower
You're on the
Sunday
right.
stream. It is
That was
August
so
27th,
good.
2023. I am Hexcelerate with the main host, Forest Mommy, who's laughing her ass off for some reason.
I coughed right when it's going live. I had to cough. Anyways, hi. And today we're here with Doug. I think
guys.
most people probably know Doug, but would you like to introduce yourself a little, Doug?
Yeah, I am the cock of the walk, the man of myth, the dangerous something. I got nothing. I'm from Sibling Revelry. I'm one half of Sibling Revelry, the dopery half. We do a Saturday night show. Producer Paul Fetty Tank, as everybody else knows him, is the producer of this show. I do Sibling Revelry with him. And I also host a movie watch along on our Discord server. Callback. Guys, I got to turn my mic off for a little bit. You go ahead and introduce your show.
Yeah, I don't know. We just want to have Doug on. Doug's never been on, and technically Paul's never been on too. He mentioned that. I mean, he's on all the time, but he's never been like an official guest. Oh, hey, Joe, hey, Shannon, hey, Kamikaze, and Amit, Daniel, everyone in the chat, Gabriel. But yeah, you had a good show last night. I watched part of your show, and then I had to leave for porch tour out here. So went to that, but you guys always have, and you're getting like your numbers are going crazy.
Yeah, it's wild to look at it after every show. Like, it wasn't something I ever really used to do. I got really weirded out when the numbers used to go up. Like, I think in the beginning it was just like we did have one person watching us in the beginning. It was Kim, and then we started getting like 3 or 4, and then 20, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop looking at this. It becomes overwhelming, and then now it's just fun to watch. It's weird, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'm just grateful that people keep showing up and hanging out with us and wanting to talk.
You guys have been like, I mean, you've had little like brief breaks and stuff, but you guys have been doing it, you know, and then like once you got off YouTube, whatever, and you just kept to the program and like you really been nailing it. And
you have too, though. Ever since we met each other, like
I don't try, like I don't put tags in. I don't like do any of that stuff. You know what I mean?
But I would argue you don't need to, because you've got people who genuinely love what you do, what Hex does, what Alice and Adam do, and they do it for you. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing the interesting thing I found is when you find a few good people, like Joey Diaz says, all you need is 3 bad motherfuckers and you can take over the world. Like, you just need to find a good group of people who vibe with your shit and want to fucking see it go forward. And the fun thing is that you want to see them succeed and go forward, and you just start kind of mass promoting everybody, and it just becomes this fun community that you build.
Yeah, and like all the chat over, like they're all a family at each the different shows. While like some people are on screen, some people are here this time, or something, or you know, it's just I love it.
It's fun.
Hey, Guru.
It's been fun watching you blow up since meeting you last. We quite literally all of us met this time last year, around this time.
Yeah, it was like September 17th, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah. And you just
which I might be coming up and seeing you, because I'll be up in I think I'm late, but the week of the 17th, before the 17th, I'll be up there, I think.
I'd be happy to see you. It'd be nice.
It'll be such a nice break from the craziness here. Like,
bring Mr. FM with you so Paul has somebody he can jerk off with too in the nature.
I love that they're like besties. Like,
you want to go out nature jack this morning together? Why not, bro?
He probably would. Oh, Hex, did you get a haircut? Amit's asking.
I did.
Your hair always looks amazing, dude. I don't know who does it, but it always looks dope.
How often do you say thank you? How often do you do your hair? Like once every 2 weeks or something?
Once a month, basically.
Hair, man. It's a lot of work. And you big. You're not totally bald, right?
Me?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I use a Bic. I'm only patchy up here if I let it grow in, but I pretty much go every other day. I just shave it with the regular razor.
Yeah.
It feels better.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like, I know this is a woman thing to be smooth and shit, but like I love shaving. Like all these bitches out here complaining about it. I'm like, first of all, it's time in the shower. Second of all, it has a great outcome to your labor that you put in. It feels better. It's smooth. You know, you like it. So I don't get the whole anti-shaving, not the like hippie stuff, but just people are like, it's just a pain in the ass to a lot of people. And I'm like, I love it. I don't even have to be having fucking sex, and I am maintained to the T, man.
It is so nice when I shave
Okay,
mine.
because you never know. You never know.
It does. It feels so good.
It's smooth. I like the balds. I'll be honest. I like the balds.
You're making me blush. Body hair is gross first shot. I do agree with you. I started shaving my chest ever since Mike Rainey came on our show. I do that like once every 2 weeks. But man, I like shaving my chest now. It's fucking bizarre. I never thought I'd be that guy, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm trying to be a wrestler. My 40s, I want to become a professional wrestler. So I got to start getting to that point where I shave my body and oil it up every day.
Yeah. Are you gonna do WWE or what?
No, I don't think they'd ever have me. Best case scenario, some local organization around the area.
Like what King Tech does, something like that.
Yeah, we've got a group that puts on pretty regular pro wrestling. Not that far from where Paul is. They built a little complex, and it's kind of neat. Like Tony, who was on last night, knows the guy that runs it, and I think Tony does like audio and lighting for him sometimes. But he's like been booking comedians. He's been booking pro wrestling. Like he just built like this cool venue for cool stuff to happen. And like ever since I found out about it, I'm like, man, I really do want to create a character for the podcast, but for wrestling, and use both to promote each other and build just a bigger audience. Oh, it would be so much fun.
It would be fun to kind of mix a bunch of things in. Anything exciting happened this week? I was kind of out of it. Oh,
something about
I'm sure you guys went over all the news and shit. We need to be more prepared for this show. For some, like when we have people we know on, I'm like, we should look over things, but I never prepare anything. So that's that.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just happy to see you guys. It's very rare that the three of us, I mean, like I said, before you started doing all the political stuff that you're doing now, like we did like FMU streams pretty regularly. And just nice to be here and see you guys for first time in quite a while. So
yeah. But I was thinking that last summer, like me and Alice would do the Scissor Me Timbers every Thursday, and like my life was so much simpler last summer. Nostalgia.
You had to go and be a big shot, didn't you?
Hanging out because I had to talk. Like it was just my idiot ass going and doing what I'm doing.
You're doing what you're meant to do. You're following your path, and it's pretty remarkable.
I'm just letting it point the way to go, and I'm going,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
How you feeling about it? Like
better all the time. Now that I got the part, so then now that I'm officially on the ballot, that's good because that was like, there's a timeline to do that petition. So glad I got that all done. Now I have to turn in like my finance stuff at the end of September, and all I'm doing is just going to be door knocking really and going to events and kind of still doing what I'm doing. And
I'm fascinated watching you do that, like seeing videos of you like go to like campaigns and organizations and things with people and be amongst the people. I am very fascinated by it because it's very natural on your part. And then I think to myself, I couldn't do that because I know what I'm like when I'm at a bar and I got to listen to a drunk person talk to me for 5 minutes. I don't know if I could handle a mass group of various personalities.
Yeah, the fun part is too. I like literally at the beginning of the year said I hate public speaking and I don't ever want to do it. I'd rather stand naked in front of people than talk. I literally would stand there naked for hours if I didn't have to talk. But like now, and so I'm like, well, everybody gets to see me improve in real time because you have to do it to get better, right? So it's all public. So it's like, here we go. We're self-improving as we go.
You got to work on your smile now for when the camera pans to you, like Ron DeSantis, where you just turn and go.
He's like, that was a good smile. Maybe Paul could pull that picture. Good. I don't want to. First Shot says he doesn't want to listen to him for 5 minutes either. I hate it's so funny that we do the podcast and stuff, but I hate listening to mine too. I never go back and watch.
I don't either.
I never go back and watch unless I get Paul to laugh. If Paul laughs or anybody laughs, like for me, that's kind of like a drug. Like I'll go back and I'll clip it. And last night I went back and listened to it. I had to skip through some of the drunk parts of me because it was really annoying. But there are some things that I'm proud of that I do. But I get it. I wouldn't I get not wanting to listen to yourself. Nobody likes the sound of their own voice, but once you start doing it a little bit more and you get comfortable with it, it's the best. I want it on a t-shirt. I want to put him in. I want Paul to Photoshop that image and put it in front of the Magic Kingdom. Another fun day at Magic Kingdom.
What have you been up to, Hex? How was your week?
Same old.
Did you got a bunch? You guys got a bunch of rain.
Oh yeah, we got slammed for a couple of days.
Yeah, because Alice was showing me Cedar Point was flooded. But there, and Alice, shout out to Alice and Adam. They're all heading out. I think right about now they're heading out for their vacation. So Alice is fucking excited.
Oh my God, we're going to Cedar Rapids. Me and Adam and Scar.
Speaking of which, I am going back to their house the weekend of September 9th because for Scar's birthday party. So that should be fun.
Okay.
Oh, that would be fun. I missed that.
That
was a lot of fun.
That's pretty good, Alice. I should be working on Alice.
Oh my God. I love Alice. I got to get a wig. I got to start doing Alice as a character on the show.
Oh my God.
Alice, Jesse Ventura, Paul, we've got sketch ideas going.
It'd be fun if we all just found one of the other people in the FMU to impersonate really good. You'll do Alice.
Greetings!
I could do like Adam, maybe. Hex and Paul could do each other.
Oh, that would be so much fun. Do like a
if we ever somehow make some like real money, man. I mean, even if everyone could just make it to Colorado, if we could coordinate a trip, because we could all stay at the Forest House, so we could cut down on like, lodging and stuff. Maybe I will beat Alice's kids if they ruin the house or anything. I'm just throwing that out there. No, they're fine, and he'll be older, but it's only the little one I'd worry about. But he's older; he'll be older by then. But yeah, and we could get together and do like the content house idea. Like we can all just
that'd be great.
Stream and like do different things, and then we're together, so we could try and work out some skits, get ideas. And
oh hell yeah! I want to come out to Colorado in the worst way. That would be fun as hell.
It's really fun.
Make me feel like I'm on Yellowstone, like I'm on the Dutton Ranch.
The Forest House, like the view from the Forest House, it is. It's like everyone has 10 acres, but then there's ranches all around it, so it is very like beautiful, and it looks a lot like Wyoming. There, where just like random mountains and foothills and different things, just different geography. I'm actually gonna CD and Duke are gonna be out here Labor Day weekend, so I'm actually gonna meet them on Labor Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Happy married couple.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. My parents are going to be in town, so they get to meet my parents too. But they're going to be, I think, Colorado Springs, so closer to the Forest House. So I think they're going to come over and just hang out for the day and eat some grub and chill and go. We want to go like there's all sorts of little hikes around right there.
When I come to Colorado, what I would like to do is definitely do hikes. I want to do all the fun shit and see all the fun shit, but I want to get like the highest milligram edibles I can because I know I can only get 200 here, and I really want to see how hard Colorado pushes the limit.
Well, in our agorist libertarian group, like we have a whole market, and my friend Jacob, who's running for District 1, Golden, Colorado, but they had a 500 one, but it was like that big, and it was 500. So it was like, I know, but I mean, like it's so fun here because it's like there's just mushrooms everywhere. Like when you have a private event where you're allowed to do these things and it's decriminalized, so it's like it just feels like a speakeasy or something whenever we all get together.
I'm going to be asking everybody I meet there. Do you guys know? Can you get me Molly? Can I get Molly?
I got the best hookup for you when you come out. And he's black, so you can trust his shit. Okay, like. Oh, just kidding. He's awesome. He's good. Yeah, that would be fun to have like a group trip out here. We just gotta coordinate it. It'd be easy for Paul because Paul can take days off like nothing.
I get 2 weeks vacation every year, but I tend to like use them in the summer, so I don't like use them throughout the year and that. But now that I got this new job, I've put in a lot of overtime, so I'm going to have the money to where I could take a decent vacation and actually go somewhere. I think by next year. So
Right.
I'm totally down for it. As long as we don't have to drive in the truck there, we'll be good.
Yeah.
We drove to Ohio in that truck, and my legs hurt so bad, and I got sick as a dog on the way back.
It's always fun when you like have to take a longer trip in a car that's just like an older car, you know, and you're like, all right, just gonna be a little uncomfortable, no big deal. Gotta do it. Oh yeah, my friend Kyle, who's a comedian, Kyle Ruff, he performs with Robbie a lot. He lives out here, but he was like, he wanted to hop on today, but we were up very late, so I'm sure he's still sleepy.
Oh, how was it? You guys had the porch tour. You said how is that going?
It was good. I personally missed the comedy, but it was a good time, I guess. Oh, and funny enough, so it was at this beautiful property.
Fucking awesome, dude. Fucking awesome. My brother, I fucking love him.
It's so good. You should post that on Twitter so we can share it too. But somebody called in. So where they live, it's a big property, even within the city. There's a school next door where everyone was allowed to park. And apparently these cops just walked through the gate on the back, and like it's set up like a show. You know, there's people sitting there. It's like, and so they like walked in, and like I guess they said someone called in a domestic or something, and so they left, right? They kind of left with their tail between their legs, because they were like, A, they just walked onto the property, B, like it's like they knew they kind of, so that happened, I guess, really early on during Kyle's set. It was just fun.
Wild.
It was wild. It was, and then I got there, like he recorded a podcast, and I got there, and yeah, it was wild even after that. Well, Robbie went to bed early because he had to leave early, but the rest of us partied. So,
oh my God, did Robbie tell you that I called him his little friend in front of Dave Smith?
My little friend,
Oh
my
my
little
God.
Polly Pocket. That was so fun. That was so fun to see on an episode of Part of the Problem. It really was fun.
It was cute.
I love Alice. Love Adam too.
My little friend. My little friend Forrest, mommy. Like, it wasn't like name dropping. It was just like innocent and sweet. You know what I mean? Like,
Starts giggling. I love that more than anything, is that she giggles to her own jokes. She reminds me so much of me. It's adorable, man. She's so fun. And when she posts that gif of Shirley Temple doing the giggles, like that's how I associate Alice. That fucking gift. It's the perfect.
that's better. I could just imagine her too, because I'm sure she like said it, and then because Robbie was holding the mic, and like she probably looked at him and like he smiled or something, and then she just started giggling.
Too good. Too sweet.
Oh, precious. Just precious. Hero, you can spell the name on my thing. It's spelled wrong everywhere. I don't care. It's Forrest.
What's that?
Hey, say my putting Forrest with 2 R's.
Oh. I see First Shot said it's hot how mommy moves her shoulders when she does the Tucker impersonation. That is a pretty good impersonation.
Now, Trump, I'm going to specifically not ask you about the vaccines. Oh, Trump, why didn't you pardon Assange?
Or Joe Exotic. God, man. What a fucking missed opportunity. You drinking 7-Up?
Yeah, 7-Up. That was my first drink.
Yeah.
This morning. I didn't drink too much last night, so I feel okay, but I was up all night. I just didn't sleep. So, I'm like, okay. So I have this. I'm finishing this up. I also have a Frappuccino and water. There's like 8 beverages.
I bought a pack of sugar-free cherry 7-Up things you add to bottles of water. It's just funny. I like 7-Up quite a bit.
I like it better than Sprite. Although I haven't tried the rebrand of Sprite.
The lemonade Sprite or whatever. Oh, that Starry. Yeah. I haven't tried it either.
Hey, big hands. Yeah, exactly, Hero. He couldn't pardon it. When I watched the Assange documentary, they were at the point where his the mother of his children. I don't know if they're even officially married. Maybe they are. I think they did because it helped him a little bit. But she's like on the phone supposedly with someone who's like, all right, I'm going to talk to Trump. And then that person calls back and is like, my life, they thought their life was in danger or something like that. And so they like couldn't even, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, of course. They're not going to let Assange go. Like, I'm a total free Assange person, but let's face it, these motherfuckers.
Let's be realistic about the situation here.
Yeah, he is their example of don't fuck with them. And even I understand how, for Paul's point of view, with some of the, like, some secrets shouldn't have been
Bradley
released.
Manning.
Yeah, like, that stuff, I totally get it. But then also, like, if you find out your government's doing some fucked up shit, we should fucking all talk about it and get it out there. That's like actual journalism that our fucking, like, the guy who doxed me is not fucking doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that piece of shit. We Steal Secrets, the story of WikiLeaks. If no one's ever seen that, that is a fucking great documentary worth watching. Also, We Are Legion, the story of Anonymous, kind of came out around the same time and kind of was in conjunction with what Julian was doing with WikiLeaks. I haven't watched it in a while, but now that we're talking about it, like, I kind of really do want to rewatch it. Like, I remember watching We Steal Secrets and thinking to myself how terrifying it is watching these people record themselves as they're starting to get followed and shit by posting like all these tips and shit. It's a fascinating story.
It is bad because there's people who like actually did something. Felt like they got ahead of the government a little bit, right? You know, and then they, you know, try to make an example of them. But
Julian always reminded me of, like, in the beginning of, especially in that documentary, the way he came off as a teenager in the 80s almost reminded me of Matthew Broderick in War Games, like just like a punk kid hacker who was fucking with the Australian government through like dial-up connections and shit like that. I felt like a really cool punk rock vibe off of him, and I always enjoyed that story. But you're right, they're going to make an example of him. He's never getting out. Same with Edward Snowden. He's never coming home. I don't think. Not in my lifetime. I don't think.
No, I got to meet in person Assange's dad, and now if you can see the documentary, it has a weird name. I have to look it up, but so the dad was touring with it, and since I spoke at the rally, I got to go see the movie, and then the dad like answered questions and stuff. But I met him beforehand. And he goes, "Oh, you know, he's Australian, and he's old, and the way he talks about his son, and just his demeanor is so like." But he wasn't in Assange's life as a kid much. So I think this was him trying to make good on that. And the dad, who's Assange's dad, also has a daughter that's like 3. So he's like, you know,
holy shit.
Like, he obviously likes to get it on. He still does in his older age. But he when we met, he was like, "Oh, I like your cowboy boots." And then he goes, "Oh, libertarians." And I guess they had done an event in New Hampshire with the libertarian. There's so many libertarians out there. And he's like, "Oh, the libertarians in New Hampshire." I can't do an Australian accent right now. Don't know why. But he's like, they were all wearing,
goddamn libertarians.
they were wearing the guns on the hip. They had the guns on the hip, you know, just out there. That was more British. But yeah, like he just was so fascinated by that because he's from Australia where you just don't do that.
No shit.
Right.
That was cool though, and he is fighting. I'm like, you can just see it that he's trying to make right because it's obviously very taxing on him. He's an old man, so
sure.
But whoever was interviewing brought up, "Oh, is Assange autistic or something like that?" And he's like, it doesn't matter how people are; they just are who they are. I'm not going to basically how I say a lot of people say they're autistic. I'm like, no, that's just a quirk you do, and that's how I know you. Like. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of had that attitude. And I was like, I love it.
I do too.
And I'm not following Gabriel. I'm not following the presidential stuff much. Paul could pop in and give some comments on him, probably. I'm sure.
Insight,
but
the big sure won the Republican losers bracket. That's what you're winning. But he won because he's not running for president. He's running for VP or cabinet position. So the pressure for him is off because he knows Trump's going to win. He spouted a lot of good shit.
He's very charismatic.
I agree with. Yep.
From what I've seen, he's a charismatic, likable person.
My political beliefs and my racism really have to fight each other on here. So.
I was re-listening to last night.
Oh, go ahead.
I was re-listening to last night's show I was running this morning, and Paul saying that, I remember one of the things that stuck up in my head was when Paul said, it was really weird watching a guy that looks like him with stuff that sounds like Trump come out of his mouth. Just made me giggle the way you said it.
It's a person of color with Trump's words coming out of his mouth. It's entertaining.
And he's Indian. He's Indian, right?
Wait, Ramaswamy's
Yes.
Indian?
Oh no,
Yep.
not
Pretty-
Ramaswamy.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Next, you're going to say Amit's Texan.
All right,
Yes.
I feel I contributed enough.
He's just an innocent little Asian boy.
I'm trying to find a video. I'll
Around.
send you in a second, Paul. Everyone talk amongst yourselves.
You said Amit's like a little Asian. Like
No, I
He's
told-
an innocent little Asian
He's
boy.
Indian. And I was making fun of Indians because Indians always love their head. I love it. It's charming. It is charming. I don't not
I-
like.
What I like about Amit is how very sweet and kind he is, and how he's really good at interviewing people. He's very well spoken, and then I really enjoy how when like little Twitter beefs like pull out, like how he'll pick a side and ride that side, just start fucking going like a hardcore silent ninja assassin. Oh, it's one of my most favorite things to watch. He will take somebody down so quick, and he just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's like that. He's gotten the right kind of corrupted being around us.
I love when he was on Put a Fork in It with Daniel. And he's talking about the convention with Al. He's like, there were older ladies there like you, like your age. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard when Alice's face just froze. Like, what a meat?
That just kinda hit now.
Oh,
There's
so
one
funny.
clip where they just were showing Vivek and who's the lady who is there? Haley.
Nimrata.
Oh.
Yep. Her real name is like Nimrata or something like that.
Yeah, and so they dubbed over where it's like Indians, and they're like, "Fuck you, no, fuck you."
That was hilarious.
It was good. I don't know who posted it. It was funny. I
wanna see
can't
that.
remember whoever did. What else? What else has been going on? Are you guys doing a movie this week? Today?
We're doing a movie today, actually, at 4:00 Central Standard Time. We're going to watch Mad Max Fury Road in the Discord server.
That's a great movie.
Paul's never seen it. Honestly, that's the reason I put it on the. When I make the lists up, I have reasons for putting certain movies on the list, and that one was for Paul because I'd been talking about it for a while. And he's like, "Yeah, I just never got around to seeing it." I'm like, "Dude, you would fucking love Fury Road. It is such a badass movie."
Is that the newer one?
Yeah, with Charlize Theron and
That
Tom
was a
Hardy.
pretty good movie. It was. Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it because it took forever for that movie to get made, and the fact that George Miller was like in his, I think 79 or 80 when he made it, and it was like as much practical effects as he could possibly do without having to use CGI, and the fact that he pulled off what he pulled off is really impressive. Even in spite of the fact that it still does have CGI, but yeah, we're doing that, and then I think we're going to go back to next Friday with my new job. The Fridays and tend to fluctuate with when I can do a movie watch along. So we're doing it on Sunday today because I couldn't do it on Friday. But we're doing I made an executive decision this Friday. I don't believe I have to work after 5:30. So around 7 Central Standard Time, we're going to do a double feature. Watch Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, and Bordello of Blood. We're going to have like a horror double feature for the fall season. So it'll be fun.
Actually, I haven't done the movies in a while. Well, I mean, you've done them in the Discord, but
yeah, Paul. Well, we got busy and we took the break in that, and it just never really got brought up. And then I started doing the watch alongs because I needed. I don't know, in the summertime, like I had nothing to do in the afternoons, and I wanted something to do. And St. Michael set up our Discord server. God bless that dude. And he kept trying to get me to come on to it. Paul was going on to it. A few other people were on it. And I'm like, I will never get on Discord. And then I got on one day just to hang out, and it took off like wildfire for me. It's like my favorite thing it's my favorite hangout with a lot of the people. I don't get to use it as much now that I'm working a little bit more, but it's fun to go in every morning and see like all the different sub servers, like Good Morning, where everybody says good morning to each other and post fun shit and pictures of what you're eating or just promoting other people's shows and streams. It's a lot of fun.
Mr. Forrest Mommy pops in occasionally. Congrats, Mike, our fellow nuclear physicist or engineer. He got a new job.
Oh, right.
He got a
Where
job.
at?
It's probably some smart shit. Let's face it.
Probably classified.
Yeah.
He'd have to kill us if he told us.
He's like, I'm working with Elon now. Discord.
We're building a clean energy atom bomb.
He said
The bomb from Dark Knight Rises.
Said it wouldn't be like, it's not for someone like them who knows how to do. It's not that hard to make like a nuclear, we can get energy, like a
Do you
small
honestly
a reactor.
Yeah. If
There's
I
a
had
story.
to go ahead.
There's a story that happened at some point in the like 50s or 60s where some dude, he took like a bunch of like cesium from a bunch of smoke detectors and tried to build a mini nuclear reactor in his backyard.
I think that a guy just recently got caught.
Paul's going
Right?
to tell you. We talked about
So
this. It's
Okay.
awesome. It's such a great
this was
story.
a story on our show. He did it in the 80s, Hex. He bought a shit ton of nuclear. A kid did it too. They bought a shit ton of fire alarms, pulled the radium out of it, and the grown man back in the 80s built a new and ran his house for like 35 years for free. And then all of a sudden the reactor got a leak, and that's how they caught him.
By
So
just
he didn't pay a power bill for 30 years.
by tracking radiation or what? Is that how
Yeah,
they
it
call
started having a leak, and then the government detected radiation in the neighborhood, and then
5 foot
They-
dog started hanging
Are they
around.
have-
reactor in the tool shed.
Can you detect that by plane or?
It might be a
I have
different
no-
story. From
I don't know
heard.
I don't know what tools they used,
Yeah.
but they detected radiation, traced it to his house, and that was in Florida, and he got arrested like last year.
Yeah. he
Yeah,
did
what
it
I'm
for
talking about
years.
is a different dude.
Yeah, there was a kid that did it too,
Yeah.
but his went awry right away.
Yeah, nuclear stuff. It's great for people to try, though. I like it. Like smart people being smart. It's great.
That's how Tony Stark became Iron Man. I think.
Kamikaze. They can detect radiation in a stranger's house, but can't find cocaine. And every cokehead gonna know. Every cokehead was looking for that. They would have. They knows who that was.
Amit told me to shut up in the Rumble chat. That makes me laugh. A little shit.
He also said the funny thing is he doesn't like even like under. Yeah, the funny thing is, first shot, that I don't even like other Indian people.
3 little, 2 little, 1 little racist Indian.
Hey, Zarek.
I love Amit.
He's a treasure.
He really is.
We have attracted some treasures, man. Y'all are treasures.
Dude, I don't want to promote. I'll be like Paul, shameless self-promotion, but I don't want to keep promoting Silly Rebel. But one of my favorite little gems that we've acquired is coming on next week. Randy Ravis. Excuse me. It's Ravis. Oh, I fucking love that dude.
I did too. I hope he's okay. It seems like he came in a chat one time. It was like, I'm trying not to lose my shit after he disappeared. But I know he games. So, and gaming is probably technically a better use in time than Twitter, but I don't know. I like Twitter.
I do too. It's fun.
I play Twitter.
I don't game as much as I used to.
No. We have to keep getting newer electronics for the new games and stuff, don't you? Like have to be better.
Every 5 to 10 years, it feels like they keep updating the systems and that. But I don't know. Like for me, it's not about like updating. It's just about give me a good story, give me something to do. And there's just not a lot of that right now. But I mean, I find stuff. I don't do as much gaming like Heck said. I don't do as much as I used to do either. But I do at least an hour a day, and I just kind of do that because I like puzzle solving and I like playing puzzle games, and it just keeps my. It feels like it makes me a little bit smarter, even though it probably doesn't.
Yeah.
But
No, it does. No, it's like exercise for your brain. Say Michael gave us $10 over in Rumble. Yeah,
Shout out to
Doobies.
Saint Mike. keeping the
Doobies
lights on.
Unser Shots. How did I do? That's German sounding.
That is
bist-
definitely German.
that's German. Yeah, Shots.
Yep.
Du bist unser Schatz. Ja, you are our treasure. Oh, I can do that. I'll just do voices for the rest of the show. That's easy. I can do that. Du bist unser Schatz.
Man, I was being so funny last night. I'm the funniest when I'm just like hanging out with friends, just going back and forth. I just had some real good jokes. I was quick,
Doesn't it feel good when you get into a groove, when you get into that, like the pocket?
Yeah.
I love that. And inevitably, I always fuck it up, but I love it when I'm in it.
It always feels good. Why was that map in here a while ago? What?
Who's a
Gabriel?
map?
I don't
Oh,
know.
are you looking at YouTube?
I think I don't think it was in ours.
Who?
I think I guess a map was in a stream. He's saying maybe it was tactical stream, but
like a cartologist?
no, I think like I'm assuming a minor attracted person if it's being brought up like this.
I am too. I was just trying to
Oh.
break the tension.
Oh, you were being I ruined it. You see, you were
No. I was not in the pocket that time. A topographer? I'm trying to think of words that I remember.
You're like
Topography.
Cartography. Oh, that's good.
That's probably what you're thinking of.
Yeah, map. A map reader, a topographer.
No, cartographer.
Oh man, I really am an idiot. It shines when I'm not high.
Nah, you're good. You can't know everything in the world. Lord knows I don't.
I know. I wish I did though.
I wish I knew less. I know too much, and I'm not even educated. I'm like, oh, my brain hurts. I want to empty it.
I feel like I know useless shit. I would like to be able to retain shit that would benefit me, not just throughout life, but maybe not just financially, or all of it. Like I don't know. I don't feel like I have those kind of skills.
Like be on trivia and stuff.
Yeah. Rock and Roll Jeopardy. Let's do it. I'll give it a shot. Fuck it. I like Mark McGrath. I can answer questions. I know something about music. I
was just like, I could do that, or I could just be lazy and not do it.
Yeah, but you know what? The summer of the pandemic, I certainly felt that way. I felt it was like the best summer of my life. And then very quickly, not working for 2 months and not feeling like I had a purpose got real fucking old. And now I see people who are still milking it. And live in my apartment. There's a lot of people in my apartment building that live here on the government's dime. And they literally do nothing but sit outside with their dogs all day, singing to their songs on their phone while they're chain smoking cigarettes. It just irritates the fuck out of me. I have zero respect for people like that. I feel useless when I don't do anything. I think if I had money to where I didn't have to really work, I would still try and find a menial job to keep my time occupied, because I just can't do nothing. It drives me bananas.
Gotta do something. That's when I got the good life. I'm like, I liked volunteering too. And then it was like, felt good, and gave me something to do. And it became more of a job with some of them before they all fucking discriminated against me in COVID. But I definitely can do nothing, no problem. I could just, in another life last summer, man, I was just laying around doing things. It was great. But now I have another new purpose that I'm going after. So, Zurich wishes he doesn't know how many stupid people are retarded people exist now. It's true. I mean, they were there before, but like so many people that were like close to you are like, oh, really? You're
fucktard.
I like that we're now living in a world where I know what he's talking about when he says retarded people, but I also like that we're living in a world now too amongst those people, while also at the same time companies and organizations are pushing and promoting. This is going to sound really horrible to say, but like really attractive disabled girls. There's like a whole fucking wave that I've seen. Like we talked about it on our show before, but like it started with Victoria's Secret hiring the Down syndrome model. And then I've just seen Down syndrome models like everywhere, all over Instagram feeds and shit. And I'm like, wow, this is something that like, I remember being young. And if I said like, wow, that girl, that's, if I said something to my dad, like that special needs girl over there is really attractive, be like, don't ever fucking say that out loud in front of anybody. What are you talking about? And now they're like, let's get them to promote bras and panties for us. I'm like, I don't know what message you're trying to conflict me with now, man. It's fucking with my head.
That one, did you know she's Puerto Rican? That one, the Victoria's Secret model, and she's dating another Downs dude who's like, he's a mover and shaker in the Downs world too. They're like a power Downs couple.
Dude, it's wild. Like you've got the power couple. I've seen a couple of them. There's a girl called, she's a good person. I'm not knocking on her at all. Abigail the Advocate. She's like a triathlon runner with Down syndrome who has a boyfriend who's like has the body of Ken, of Ryan Gosling in the Barbie movie, but he's got Down syndrome as well. And they have like this cool power couple video relationship on TikTok and Reels. And then there's the opposite end of that where there's drag syndrome. There's a group of fucking European people with Down syndrome who dress in drag and do drag shows and shit. It's wild. Like, I live in a crazy fucking world. I'm not complaining. I'm just.
Isn't it wild though? So they made opportunities for Down syndrome people, but then they took opportunities away from little people by not having little people casted as the dwarfs in Snow White.
Oh yeah.
Because Mr. Peter Dinklage, that hipster little shit, he climbed up that ladder and then he pulled it up behind him and go, oh, you shouldn't give dwarf centric roles out or whatever the fuck he said. So then ruined it for everyone. And the whole thing with the 7 dwarves, it wasn't just 7 little people who got a job out of that. There was like 2 body doubles for each too. So from a very small, there's a niche there, but it was a lot of jobs for that niche. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Paul, how is that equality?
It's not. I can't think of his name. There's a WWE wrestler, a little person, Hogs. Is it Hogswall? I can't think of his fucking name off the top of my head. Paul might know, but he came out after Peter Dinklage said that shit. And he's like, that guys like him need to shut the Hornswoggle. Thank you. He came out and he's like, Peter Dinklage, guys like him need to shut the fuck up. He's like, he of all people knows how hard it is for people of our stature to gain work in this business. He doesn't need to know. He doesn't know it now because he's made his money and done all these different roles and shows. So it's not a big deal to him anymore, but it's a big fucking deal to us. Yeah. And I agree with him.
Oh yeah, that I know the guy you're talking about. When he was on Piers Morgan, did you see that? Yep. And they had that faggot, the other guy who was all like, Piers kept pushing him. Here's this little person saying, "Bro, like you're being the bad guy," basically. And then the guy's like, "Well, you know, he could not come up with any kind of he couldn't convince himself. He knew what he was doing by the end, and it was like, you idiot, stupid idiot."
Everybody mistakes the past, man. I feel like people read in books about how horrible things used to be, or the way we used to talk, or the way we used to treat certain groups of people. And I feel like reading about it and thinking about it is not the same thing. But like that chick who's in the Snow White remake, making the comments about how like it's really weird that in the story there was a man who was stalking Snow White. Weird. So we're doing away with that. And I'm like, it wasn't stalking. Like that's how it was back then. If you liked somebody, like that's not how it was.
Make your own movie. Make your own damn story too. Like,
and they keep trying to rewrite history basically, and it's annoying.
When they I said it a couple weeks back. I saw whenever I find copies of The Adventures of Huck Finn, I try to grab like original copies because they've taken the N-word out of it. And I'm not some advocate for the N-word, but I'm always fascinated when I find a copy of it to see if it's the original copy or if it's the remake of Huck Finn. Right. And I found a book at school, and I literally opened it up to see which copy it was. Every page, the N-word was underlined in pencil throughout the entire book, man. I'm like, what the hell? But that's another example of like people trying to rewrite history. Like, we got to take this word out of this book. You're not inherently racist if you read a word, and I don't like. I get it, it's a terrible word, but at the same time, like that's what that character was. It's just fucking bizarre how people misinterpret shit or take things these days.
So, quick funny story. I'm sorry to jump in, but I do have a quick funny story just pertaining to the subject. I had dinner with my mother on Friday night, and while we were eating dinner, Jeopardy's playing in the background, and every single time a question's coming up, I'm just sitting there eating and I'm answering the question. Mom's like, "You're really good at this." And one of the questions that came up was, this person was accused of killing Huckleberry Finn, and then he got on a raft with non-dead Huckleberry Finn to float down the river. And I literally just instinctively go, "Nigger Jim." And my mom looks at me, and then I look at the screen, and all 3 of the contestants are sitting there with the buzzers in their hand, like,
not doing it.
Not doing it.
Sorry. It's a trap.
I should have watched a little of this adorable Downs couple.
Sure.
It's just precious. And she's Puerto Rican. I saw that. I gotta give a shout out to Royce and Merch. They played this on one of their ROTC shows. It's great.
But she doesn't. I know she does, but like she doesn't
She's
look like
not
she has
that bouncy looking.
No, not at all.
It
It feels like Victoria's Secret like found like the closest one they could that like teeters the line of chromosome.
Oh, and wait till you see her mom. Would
exceeded
with her mother
expectations.
as well.
And they want others to know they can do the same, regardless of their circumstances. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, traveled to Puerto Rico to meet the couple and see how they've dealt with major challenges. David, good morning.
David, good morning to you. This is a celebration of two people who were born with special needs and are doing extraordinary things, dreaming, defying doubts. They have become the joy of their island. And I'm telling you, by the end of this story, you will be standing up cheering them on like we are. Watch.
That guy's gay.
And with that, our conversation began
Look at
with
her
Sofia Hirao and
Dude, she's
Chris
hot.
Gonzalez.
She's really hot.
To meet them, we flew to the Isla del Encanto, the island of enchantment, Puerto Rico. You could say that they are redefining the meaning of the term power couple. They were
That's
both
the mom.
English
Look at her
parents
mom. On the-
and are now promoting a campaign called Sin Limites, Without Limits. And let me tell you, they are inspiring the entire island. Chris, who is this?
Dude.
My girlfriend, Sophia.
Sophia. And who is this?
It's my boyfriend, right?
I love
She's like old Sofia
According
Vergara.
to Chris's parents, in 2014, he became the first person with Down syndrome on the island of Puerto Rico to get a driver's license.
Oh.
The 25-year-old also loves to cook, and today he runs his own food truck.
okay.
Shout out to this man.
Gonzalez's dad, Eugene, told us he is in awe of his son's drive.
Sir, I noticed you're wearing a mask. Why aren't you wearing gloves?
Fucking Arm Dave's comment.
Oh, definitely. He's so
What up, Trippy?
persistent. He makes us be a better person. Maybe a couple of times he'll fail, but he knows that he has to try again. I guess that's what we've learned from him. That's a big lesson in life.
That's a good lesson
Ape
for all
is
of us.
so great.
Chris, how does it feel to hear your dad talking so positively about you?
I'm so happy.
He's so proud of you.
I'm trying to hold back the tears here.
Tell me what's going through your head.
A lot.
Yeah, the reporter looks totally like, "Hi, kids."
Seeing him,
He does look special, dude.
everything that he's accomplished has been hard for him. But he's doing it.
He's not only a trained chef, he's a barista too. In fact, he's added retail entrepreneur to his resume with his own brand of coffee.
I have brand of my coffee.
What do you have?
That's your coffee.
This is for me?
Yes.
Well, thank you,
And-
Chris.
And my girlfriend.
Oh,
He opens it up. It's just a bag of fucking
And look
oats.
what it says. Chris Sin Limites.
Chris without limits.
Chris without limits. Hirao made history earlier this year as the first woman with Down syndrome to model for Victoria's Secret.
Like, is
Victoria's
this
Secret,
fake
I love
boobs?
it.
Are they
She's
fake
also
boobs?
taken to the catwalk at New York's
I don't
Fashion
think so.
I love
I don't know.
more. I
Yeah,
love
come on.
camera.
You like the camera.
Checking her OnlyFans out right now. I'll let you know.
Camera. Hola, con mis seguidores.
Thanks to the success of her modeling career, the 25-year-old also has
She
a
showed
deal
up on the
with
Fappening, I
cosmetic
would.
giant L'Oreal, and she is also building her own brand. With the
And her
support of her
mom.
mother, Mimi,
Goddamn.
she's working on a fashion line. Tell me about this little blessing in your life.
Her mom looks
She
like a
is
Karen.
blessing. She's a happy person. She brings joy to everyone.
Do people stop you because they
Modeling career.
recognize you?
Say,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do they take a picture with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. As a model and a businesswoman, Hirao
She's so
understands the
adorable.
importance of staying in shape.
Yeah, she works
We were
out.
with her. We saw. She's in the gym regularly, 5 days a week, doing an hour every day.
That mom
You know,
got
she's
her on
also
a good
a social media
like,
influencer.
regimen.
She's got more than 600,000 followers on Instagram. To see the two of them together is really special. And although they live on opposite ends of the island, more than 2 hours away from each other, they have a standing date. It's a daily FaceTime call that we're told can last up to 3 hours. Just to be clear, Sophia, you live in San Juan.
Yeah, I live in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
San Juan, Puerto Rico. And Chris, you live in Rincon.
Yes, I
on the
live in...
western side of the island.
Yes.
Yes, they may be separated by distance, but when we were there, we saw.
Why is he wearing a mask when he's driving or with her, but like when he's being
best lives,
masked off? Like it makes no
grow as individuals.
Well, he's retarded.
Following their
you know?
dreams, shattering stereotypes, and embracing success and each other. They're setting an example for the rest of us to live life.
Like the touchy-feely aspect of
Oh, you guys think they made their own porn?
I knew it was coming. I was going to say it if you weren't going to say it, because they really personify that, right? With the driver's license, with the food truck, with all of their jobs. It's an amazing.
Oh, anyways,
that's awesome. Hey, good for them though.
That's
fuck
it's
it.
kind of like I get it is a feel good story. It's a little weird that like we've normalized jacking off to Down syndrome people. Like I didn't think that would happen in my lifetime, but you know, we're
it's
there.
a whole new world. Crazy. Hey, I never thought I'd live in a world where maps was a term that we started using.
Right?
It's a weird fucking world we live in now.
Yeah, like, oh wait, we actually have to fight against normalizing this thing that should be pretty fucking not normal. Like,
I had to explain that to somebody.
Universally discouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to explain that to somebody I worked with this week, what that term was. They're like, that's not a real term. I'm like, fucking Google it. Like, it's a real term. Not only is it a real term, it's a real group of people who want to become protected classes themselves.
Yeah, they found each other on the internet. That's what happens. People with, which I mean, it's good. People get their ideas. It's good for ideas to get in the sunshine, right? But then they find each other on the internet, like the incels and stuff, and then and eating disorders. All these people, they just make them worse, and they're like just get even worse and worse and worse. And now they're more validated and have a community doing these things. So crazy.
Kind of like the Force Mama universe.
Yeah. We're
our community.
We're ethical degenerates, though. We'll say.
I know. I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's a good term. I like it. That's because you know it's about. Like, well, I mean, I know, like when you were addicted, you still weren't a shit person when you were on your. You know what I mean? Like you still have boundaries in life. You weren't murdering people. You know.
No.
That we know of.
No, I literally was just by myself the entire time. I didn't want to be. That's the thing about it. Like, I didn't want to be a part of anybody's life. I just wanted to be fucking numb and be left alone.
Yeah, I get it. When I've had like where I've been imbibing too much on certain things, it is like I'm just like I prefer to be alone. And if I had to go out that night or whatever, I'm like, nope, I'm not going out. Or like because you just get in your groove alone and you're what feels good is what's numbing you or whatever. It's like I'm just gonna stay there.
But then you find stuff on the opposite end where that, I mean, good or not is I guess in the eye of the beholder. But I said it. I think I said it last night or the other night to Paul. I'm like, opiates just happened to be there in the beginning. If I would have found Molly before I found opiates, I think it would have been a completely different story for my life. I don't think I would have fucked with anything but that, and I don't think I would have done it all the time. But there's a different correlation to spending 12 years just wanting to numb and be left alone to taking like a Molly and being like, I fucking love you guys. I love everybody. That's literally what it is. Like, it just makes me so fucking happy to be around people. It's an addictive feeling. I wish my body and brain chemistry could naturally produce it for me. It's intoxicating.
People are just built different.
It's very true.
Yeah, and like Molly's nice too because you can just like slow dose or microdose it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, I wish Molly would make you feel how blow makes you feel. or like one would be better than the other,
Oh yeah.
You're just like,
When I took it last week, like one of my favorite parts is how I know it's starting to work is when my jaw starts going, and I remember picking this up when that started happening and just doing this on screen. Oh, it was so fun.
It's it. I have a friend who jaws so bad. We haven't partied in ages, but it's just like you're like, all right, we're gonna have fun the rest of the night now, yeah. And she's kind of intense and muscular. Just talk, I love it. Oh, the good old days.
I fucking love it.
I will have plenty more of.
Absolutely. I hope we all have plenty more.
I definitely agree, Hero. Like there is like, cause I used to do yoga, and I mean I've always been a pothead and stuff, but there's definitely like there is a mind over matter Zen aspect of it where it's like you can control it, but I also fucking want to get fucked up too. So
Very true.
I do need to find that center again. Like I feel like COVID. I still have not been to a hot yoga class since March 2020. And I could go back. There's millions of them. I could go back to any of them that weren't the one that discriminated against me, but the other ones probably discriminated against people too. And, hey, Eric.
I feel like I avoided a lot of that. I mean, I didn't avoid any of the COVID bullshit, certainly, but I feel like not living in a bigger area, I avoided a lot. Oh, I guess what it could have been a lot worse. I think if I would have stayed in Florida, I'm sure it would have been probably would have been just as nice as it was in Michigan, to be honest. But I don't know, like I just didn't experience that mass level that I was seeing and hearing, like on your end in that in the area we lived in. Like it was just crazy to me that so many.
X had to fucking test, like all this bullshit for work to go to work. I had to pass a test to prove you didn't have this one disease. That test does fuck all to actually
because the people who got the vaccine that supposedly works needed to be safe. Tell me how that makes sense.
Talk about an incredibly great misstep on our part in this country.
They took away, so my life was fine, obviously, but they took away the things I love to do that I had finally like set up perfectly. My volunteering, my yoga, I had everything, my dancing, like my life was so perfect. And then they took that away from me, and you do not say no to me. Like, I know this is a really sweet face, but when you like blow me off or say no to me, I go ape shit. So that's why, like, I will never let it go what they did. That's all. What's your guys?
I would never blow you off. I'd blow into your ear and whisper sweet nothings.
Shannon, look for vinyasa flow classes. Those are the ones where it's like halfway cardio, half stretching.
Your tits and your clam get real sweaty and
if you don't have to do the hot ones, but they do the hot vinyasa flow. I love. That's what I used to do, and I got it for free. That was my whole thing. Is I got it for free because I did a trade. I would wash the towels from the place, so I got free yoga for like 5 years just to wash towels twice a week. I'm like, that's fucking agorism and shit, bitches. And like, they took that away, and then they were like mask only, and I'm not going to fucking hot yoga class with a mask on. And then they did vax only, and I was like, well, fuck you.
In spite of all of that, I still stand by it. The summer of 2020 was the best summer of my life since 1989 Batman. Like, don't
summer
care.
of love, baby.
I didn't have to work for 2 months. I got paid for it. I played video games. I jacked off a lot. It was awesome.
Yeah, there is like a slight. I missed 2020, especially just because my life is crazy now. I'm like, I definitely missed 2020, and the like major focus, like all I was focusing on was saying that the shit was wrong. But like, yeah, my life was fine, really. Like, I especially like felt fine not doing shit for a while. But then when they made me not be able to do the shit I wanted to do, then it was like, fuck off. Hey, Hayden. Oh, we miss Hayden. Just moved from Colorado. He's the best buddy ever. He's in South Carolina now.
Nice. I like South Carolina.
Yeah,
he had to
go take care of his mom. He's living with his mom and helping her out. So it's good. It's good he did it.
Good man. You only got one of them.
Exactly. That really is like, even when you butt head with your parents and stuff, it is like just more and more. I'm like, my parents are fucking normal compared to some of these people out here these days. Like, I thought they were awful, and I'm like, oh my god, thank you for everything, like especially being strict and stuff. Like, thank God, like, that they did all that stuff right. Not right, but because it's people you got to spend time with your parents if you got them still.
I just got an assignment. I got from St. Michael in Rumble chat. So give me 1 second. I will be right back.
Oh, St. Michael trade.
Oh boy, what kind of assignment could you have gotten?
Yeah, exactly. You don't fuck with like yoga bitches who are just nice hot bitches doing good shit. You do not take our lives from us. We'll never forget it. Are you doing something?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do a dab.
Oh.
With St. Michael. Why do you want to do a dab with me? You guys want to get high together? Smoke some jazz cigarettes and play some fucking Miles Davis? What do you say, Hex? We'll remix some Miles Davis live on Golden Showers.
Nah, not today.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to bully you on your own show. I really do, by the way, fucking love the intro song for your show. It's a really good fucking song, dude. It's mellow as fuck. I like shit like that. First Shot says, my dad is a dirty commie, no thanks. Wait a minute, where did that come from?
Sorry, I have to just send this text.
Hey, it's okay. It's your world. We're just living in it.
Yeah, that is right, isn't it?
Hey, I have no problem. I love it. I too am hitting the ball. Hey, Nina, what's happening? What's happening?
Last Sunday, we didn't have a show last Sunday because I was at Waterworld with Nina. We were going down the
Waterworld, Kevin Costner?
What?
Waterworld with Kevin Costner?
No, Waterworld is our water park out here. It's called Waterworld.
Oh, you guys got a water park?
Oh,
with
yeah.
Slides and shit?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the best water parks. Look it up. It's Waterworld in Colorado. It's one of the best. It's like in the top 10. It's not the biggest and stuff, but
we go to Colorado to visit you guys, Paul. We got to go there. I want to go to Waterworld so bad. I haven't been to a water park since I was a kid.
Too. So it's got to be summer. Yeah, Alice really wants to go.
I haven't been to a water park since I was a very little kid. I honestly didn't know they still existed. I mean, I knew there were water slides at like hotels and certain like Disney places or Universal, but I didn't realize there was actual water parks still. That's awesome as shit. I love water parks.
This one's really fun too. It has like I'm going to tell a story about the Schlitterbahn one. That one is really, I've never been to that one, but it's good. But we have this ride here called Journey to the Center of the Earth. And so the whole part of the water park is like on a hill, which worked out good for slides, you know, and you go through a little bit. Well, it's like the funnest ride ever. You go a little bit and then like you kind of go into a building, but it's the ride and there's like dinosaurs. It's like animatronics and stuff and you're floating through.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
There's like a big scary T-Rex at the end. It's like, we didn't go on that ride last year, but it's like when I went on ever since I was a kid, and we got to go this year. We waited. That one always has the longest line. And I remember it was the end of the day, and I started almost passed out in line. I'm like, I could go sit down for a minute because you're all sunned out, you know. But we did it. It was so fun. We had a good day. We did a lot of good. They have a lot of good like just regular water slide rides, and then they have all sorts of fun random shit. So. Yes, Daniel, it's a dinosaur ride. It's so cool. Oh, yeah, they locked down Waterworld during that. Oh, the Schlitterbahn. I think the Schlitterbahn in Texas is where this is a sketch story. But they have this kind of ride at Waterworld too, where it's like a roller coaster. It actually does shoot you. Like they have like it feels like you're on a roller coaster, but it's a water tube ride basically. The way it's just and there's. Like they have netting at the top, kind of, and I guess that the Schlitterbahn. I think it was the Schlitterbahn where this one was built. It was a new one that was built, and this little kid rode it, and like he bounced up just right and like decapitated himself.
I didn't need to hear that.
I'm like, how? And it ended up being some politician's kid, I believe. So I don't even know what happened with that. So.
I can't even fathom. Like I think about because I know that shit, that stuff like that happens, but I cannot fathom being somebody who works like in the morgue or somebody who, like a cop who has to like go to that scene and actually have to like clean up after. Like I couldn't imagine having to see that kind of shit. That would be horrible.
Oh, I know, right? What you'd see.
Right.
Well,
that was fun.
That's a bummer. Water rides, yay! And then, that kid got decapitated.
There should be a Golden Showers water park where it's just like Hex's giant dong going down a slide that you ride down, and gold water pisses out of it.
About it. I don't know if there's a South Park episode about a water world. That's about Waterworld, and it's all filled with pee and stuff.
Oh,
So,
that's
like, that's about Waterworld.
okay. I know that one. That's a great episode. I got to rewatch that now. Now I got to really look up this place. We got to go there, Paul. I want to go to a water park so bad. Like the one from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure that they had Napoleon going down the water slide. I always wanted to go to that one as a kid. How's your beard feel, Hex? It's soft. I wish I could run my fingers through it. It just looks dashing.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I feel.
I don't know if I keep going. It's over an hour. Whatever.
Yeah, we've hit an hour.
I'm just a guest. Whatever you guys want, I'm good. I just
You are more than just a guest to me. You're like my brother.
And you're like my sister.
You're my other brother's brother too. So.
I love you like a brother too.
You're just like the little friend.
Yeah, my little Polly Pocket.
Friend.
I do need to. I need to find someone who does 3D printing good to see if they could design a little like keychain for us, mommy. Like, you know what I mean?
Have you met Mike?
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
I'll text him because he just would have to design. So Alice called me. I don't know if Mike knows the story, but Alice went to the Dave and Robbie show, and like there was the podcast after, and Alice had a question. So Robbie went up to her and she said she just started it out with, I have this little friend named Forrest, mommy. So it's like it would be cute to make a little like a little key, like a little me that would be like keychain size and put them, make them into keychains. But I don't know how hard that would be to print.
That would be awesome. That or just have. There's a lot of people on like Instagram who are like sculptors and toy makers, and they make limited run toys. And there's this guy who like specializes in making like little miniature, like vinyl figures. They're in action figures. There's no articulation to them, but he could like, it'd be fun to get you sculpted as like one of those little mini action figures. And you could send it to Alice and have her put it in her pocket or in her purse. My little Polly Pocket.
Say hello to my little friend.
Instead of having like a rosary, you can have a little Forest mommy.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Forest mommy rosary. Have you at the end of it? Oh my God, that needs to be done. We need to get Forest mommy rosaries.
That's like sacrilegious, but I'm down. I'm actually.
We live in a sacrilegious world now.
Yeah, fuck it up. There was the Fauci candle, so fuck it all. All right, well, let's close it up. Doug,
plug your shit.
Start plugging all your stuff, and it's basically the same stuff as Paul too.
Yeah, it's Linktree, linktr.ee/sib_rev, siblingrevelry.locals.com, sib_rev at Twitter, Discord server. Link is, I always post the link on Twitter, but St. Mike's got it in the Rumble chat if you need it. We'll be watching Mad Max Fury Road in about 2 hours. Other than that, just follow everybody within the FMU. There's something for everybody. There really is. That's the beautiful thing about all of us and all of our different aspects of what we do is like, you've got music with Hex if you're into that. You've got Golden Showers if you're into these conversations and this political aspect. You've got Alice and Adam who just like have a fun beer drinking hangout on Fridays. It's fun. There's a lot to choose from. So
girl only, Scissor Me Timber sometimes. Got
Scissor Me Timbers.
Amit's very professional. Amit's like very professional.
Hocket Podcast.
Yeah, Hocket Podcast.
He's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. And thank you guys. 100. I was gonna say 100. It's been fun being on. I appreciate you guys inviting me on.
Yeah.
I've tried to behave and not be a total ass today.
You're not an ass.
I know. I'm just in my head all the time.
But like, you're just lovable, so it's fine.
I try to be. That's the goal. It's never my goal to be the ass.
No, but when you're like overall lovable, then it's like, I mean, we were talking about this last night when we were up. It's like some people you could be like, oh, they might have some character trait or whatever that's annoying, but you're like, I love fucking the rest of them. So it's like, you don't care when they like interrupt or do something. You know what I mean? Because you're like, I don't fucking care. I love them. Like, that's just who they are. What are you gonna do?
I got to work on that.
All right, Heck.
All right, everyone, go support Jessica Fensky for her city council run in Alvarado, Colorado. As for me, as usual, if you type in Hexcelerate anywhere, I'll probably come up. Also, I am back on Spotify, and probably within the next week or two, I'll be back on Apple Music and Amazon Music and the rest of them. I've kind of fucked up the timing there, but it is what it is. Slowly getting my music back up there, so look out for that.
Man, everyone knows me. Thanks for watching today, and go out and meet your people, build your communities. It's important. National nothing cares about none of us. So like, build your communities with whatever. Like that's like my biggest thing right now. So anyways, that's all I got. Thank everyone for watching, and I will see you on the Twitter side.
Peace.